Hey everyone, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Ever feel like you just missed your chance with
Oh,
someone?
yeah, like the timing was just off.
Right person, wrong time,
Yeah. Yeah, well,
Say, you remember me?
yeah.
Takes that feeling and really dives into it.
Mm.
Second chances, fate, all that.
Ooh.
I like where this is going.
It's a contemporary romance, so if you like those faded connections and little workplace
It's
drama,
always a good mix.
definitely, then hit that like button and subscribe. You can find the book link in the description.
Yeah, check it out.
So the story follows Maddie. She's a single mom, starting over.
New town, new job.
Exactly. And that new job, well, she's an executive assistant.
Okay, I see.
But her boss turns out to be someone she's met before.
Oh.
Yeah, in a way more casual setting. Let's just say that.
That's interesting. So, classic setup,
Oh, yeah,
but I'm sensing a twist.
definitely. The author uses that first encounter to set the tone for the whole story.
I can see that, yeah.
There's a spark, but it's tricky because he's her boss.
Definitely complicates things.
Yeah.
Big time. And then, to make it even more interesting, Ian, that's the boss, he introduces Maddie as his fiancée
Oh, wow. Why would he do that?
to avoid his ex. Just a spur-of-the-moment thing.
The fake engagement trope. That's always fun.
It is. So much chaos, but it's heartwarming too.
Right, so it's not just laughs. There's real emotion there.
For sure, it forces them to think about what they actually want.
Too true, because they're pretending, but...
But it starts to feel real.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with those flashback scenes.
Oh, you mean when we find out Ian is the boy from Maddie's past?
Yes.
Yeah.
The one who comforted her when she was younger.
Those scenes are woven in so well.
They really are. They're not just backstory.
Right, it deepens their connection. Makes you wonder if it's fate.
Like they were meant to find each other again.
Exactly. And it just makes their relationship even more complex.
So it's not just attraction anymore.
No, it's this shared history that they're just starting to uncover.
And of course, what's a good romance without a little competition?
Oh, there's definitely some of that.
Right. Gotta keep things interesting.
Enter Theo. He's a single dad. Catches Maddie's eye.
Okay, so Theo is...
He seems like a safe choice for Maddie.
stable.
Exactly. But seeing Ian's reaction to Theo,
Oh, that's telling.
it shows that Ian's feelings for Maddie are stronger than he thought.
So he's jealous.
You could say that. There's this scene in a dress-fitting room. Ian helps Maddie with the zipper,
Okay.
and the tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife.
Whoa, that's intense.
It really is. It's all unspoken desires simmering beneath the surface.
Ooh, I like that. Simmering beneath the surface.
Yeah, right. But can we talk about Maddie for a sec?
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's a simple mom, juggling so much, but she's so strong.
What stands out to you about her?
Her resilience. I think a lot of readers will connect with that.
Totally. She's working hard, making tough choices.
She's not looking for handouts. She's doing it all herself.
And even though she's attracted to Ian, she's careful.
Right. Doesn't want to get hurt.
Especially not her son, Grant.
Exactly. She's protective, stands up for what she believes in.
I admire that.
And then there's Ian. Starts off as this carefree playboy type,
Ah, the classic transformation.
but he goes through such a change.
Yeah, it's compelling.
As he spends more time with Maddie and Grant, his priorities shift.
We see a different side of him.
You know, there's a scene where he admits he wants a family during a job interview.
Really? During a job interview?
Yep, totally out of the blue.
That's a turning point.
Right. It's the first time we see him vulnerable beneath that charm.
Meh, makes you wonder if he's being genuine.
Or is it an act?
Right, that's the question. Can he really commit?
Can he let go of that playboy image and embrace something real?
Those are big questions.
Definitely keeps you guessing. And there's this scene at a 4th of July party.
Okay.
We learn about Ian's past, his first love.
So that's where the right person, wrong time theme really kicks in.
It does. It's not just a saying, it's at the core of their connection.
Makes you think, what if they'd met at a different time?
Would things be different?
It's what makes their story so interesting. You're rooting for them.
But then things get messy. A gossip article comes out.
Oh no, what happened?
It claims Maddie's pregnant with Ian's baby.
Talk about throwing a wrench in things.
The timing couldn't be worse. Maddie's dealing with her dad's health too.
So much stress.
It is, but it forces them to face their feelings.
Do they let it break them?
Or does it bring them closer?
That's the real test.
It is. And the way they support each other, even when it's tough, says a lot about them.
Actions speak louder than words, right?
Exactly. There's this scene. Ian drives Maddie to the hospital to be with her dad.
Aw, that's sweet.
He drops everything to be there for her.
That's real.
It is. And for Maddie, it's a turning point.
How so?
She sees beyond the billionaire playboy facade.
Starts to see the real Ian.
And she starts to believe that maybe, just maybe, he could be the man she needs. That's where we'll leave things for now. In part 2, we'll dive into those pivotal moments that really shape their relationship and see if they can overcome the challenges to get their stamp.
I'm intrigued. Can't wait to see what happens next. This whole thing with Maddie's dad really changes their fake engagement.
It's not just about pretending anymore.
Right. It becomes more real, more about supporting each other.
Yeah. And then there's the fact that her dad thinks it's a real engagement.
That's a tough one.
Puts Maddie in a tricky position.
It does. It's like an ethical dilemma, you know?
Should she tell him the truth?
Risk upsetting him while he's recovering.
Exactly, or keep up the charade.
It's a hard choice.
It is.
Yeah.
But I think the author handles it really well.
Yeah, those hospital scenes are so good.
You see Ian with Maddie's family.
And he's so caring.
It makes you wonder if he's actually falling for her.
Maybe those feelings are real.
And then he offers to let Maddie and Grant stay in his guest house.
Oh, yeah, that was a big deal.
It's a turning point for sure.
More than just a temporary solution.
I agree. It's like a deeper commitment.
A willingness to blend their lives.
Definitely a leap of faith for both of them.
And Grant's reaction to the guest house is so cute.
He loves it.
The space, the yard, the horses.
It shows that this is about all three of them.
Creating a family.
Yeah, it's not just a romance. It's about Grant, too.
One of my favorite scenes is that Uno game at the Mexican restaurant.
Oh, yeah, that scene was so heartwarming.
You see Ian connecting with Grant.
Making him feel special.
And Maddie watching them.
You can see the surprise and admiration in her eyes.
It shows how good Ian is with kids.
Like, he could be a great dad.
The author is so good at these small moments.
The ones that really solidify their relationship.
Exactly. It's not the big gestures.
It's the everyday interactions.
That show their connection.
Then there's that scene at Carter and Ava's wedding.
Ooh, that scene was something else.
Maddie looks amazing in that red dress.
And Ian can't take his eyes off her.
You can tell he's smitten.
Their conversation about right person, wrong time is so intense.
It's loaded with meaning.
You're acknowledging the past,
but they're also seeing the potential for something more now.
The tension is palpable.
You just know something's going to happen.
And then the proposal.
Out of nowhere.
Thanksgiving dinner, no less?
Not your typical romantic setting.
But it's perfect for them.
So spontaneous and real.
And Grant's reaction is priceless.
He's so happy.
He loves Ian.
It's clear he sees him as family already.
Which brings us to an interesting point.
What do you think about how the book portrays blended families?
I think it's really realistic.
Maddie's cautious.
Which is understandable given her past.
But the connection between Ian and Grant is so genuine.
It shows that creating a loving family is possible.
Even when it's not traditional.
It's a hopeful message.
Something a lot of readers can relate to.
For sure, especially those who've been in similar situations.
And the book doesn't shy away from the challenges either.
But in the end, it's about the power of love and commitment.
Okay, so shifting gears a bit. There's that scene where Ian accidentally reveals how much he wants a family.
Oh, yeah, during the interview.
Why do you think that moment was so significant?
Well, up until then, he's mostly been Mr. Charming Playboy.
Right.
But that confession shows a deeper longing.
Even if he tries to play it off.
Exactly. It makes Maddie question things.
And the reader, too.
Is he really capable of more?
It sets the stage for his transformation.
We start to see him differently.
More like how Maddie sees him.
With less skepticism.
Because he keeps proving himself.
It reminds us that people can surprise us.
We can be quick to judge based on first impressions.
Or past reputation.
But this book encourages us to look deeper.
Don't just scratch the surface.
Absolutely. There's another scene I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
The 4th of July party. We learn about Ian's past with Margot.
And the whole pop star subplot.
What do you think the author was going for there?
I think it adds a layer of complexity.
Realism, too.
Right, even billionaires have heartbreak.
And gossip.
It humanizes Ian.
Shows he's made mistakes.
Plus, it adds some drama to the story.
Especially when Maddie overhears their conversation.
And gets the wrong idea.
It creates conflict.
Even in this world of wealth and fame.
And it highlights Maddie's insecurities.
Which makes sense given her past.
Her reaction is so real.
Even if it's a little impulsive.
It shows how much she cares about Ian.
Even if she won't admit it yet.
It's that vulnerability that makes her so engaging.
I agree. It's what makes you root for her.
And it's interesting how the author balances these big events.
Like the party and the wedding.
With smaller everyday moments.
Ian cutting his hand doing dishes.
Belittling with Maddie's dad.
Those quieter moments are important too.
Maybe even more so.
It's where they really connect.
See each other's flaws and strengths.
They build trust and intimacy.
Which is essential for any relationship.
And it all ties back to that right person, wrong time theme.
They weren't ready for each other before.
But now, they're getting a second chance.
It makes you think, is timing really everything?
Or can love overcome anything? Makes you wonder about those moments in life, right?
Yeah, those what ifs.
Like if I had done this instead of that.
Would everything be totally different?
Exactly, especially with relationships.
Say You Remember Me really captures that feeling.
Second chances. It's a powerful theme.
It is. It shows how sometimes waiting is worth it.
Even when those second chances come with drama.
Oh, totally. Fake engagements, scandals.
And all that good stuff.
But there are those really sweet moments, too.
That show their connection.
Like that Uno scene at the Mexican restaurant.
So simple, but so telling.
Right. It shows how their relationship is changing.
They're becoming a family.
It's a glimpse into their future together.
Ian playing with Grant, Maddie watching them.
Those little gestures speak volumes.
Definitely.
Oh, and the wedding scene.
Carter and Ava's wedding.
That one was electric.
Maddie looked incredible.
That red dress.
And the way Ian looked at her, wow.
Pure admiration.
It was more than that. You could feel it.
And their conversation about right person, wrong time.
So much meaning packed into those words.
Right. They're acknowledging the past.
But also realizing things could be different now.
The tension was so thick.
You just knew something was coming.
And then, bam, the proposal.
Thanksgiving dinner, who would have thought?
Not your typical romantic setting.
But it was so perfect for them.
It felt so real, so spontaneous.
And Grant's reaction, so pure.
He was over the moon.
He really sees Ian as family.
It emphasizes that this isn't just a love story.
It's about building a family.
Creating a home where everyone belongs.
It's about those found families, you know?
The connections we choose.
It's something that really resonates with readers.
It reminds us that love can come back around.
That second chances are possible.
Sometimes they're even better than the first time. It's a reminder that sometimes you got to take a leap of faith.
Face those what-ifs head on.
So before we wrap up, what resonated with you?
What moment made you believe in second chances?
Or maybe made you laugh or cry?
Share your thoughts in the comments below.
And don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
See you next time for another adventure in storytelling.